action. Take one.
Take one about
Language.
language. All right. If we're going to talk about language, it is one of the most fundamental things that people has to go in order to communicate with someone whenever they went, whether it's in the area in their country or maybe in another country. And sometimes it is being influenced by culture and ethnic groups or anything that is being implemented on them by either from their own country or from another country, and also being exchanged and sometimes mixed. And because of that, many people have started to know what is the meaning of language. But sometimes language can be deprived in many things. Sometimes it can have dialects, sometimes it can have many spoken language with similar meanings and similar vocabularies, but different sentences and structures, and also grammatical error and grammatical errors. That is also the complexity of language. And language is used for communicating with people, like it's a sound that you're implementing from your mouth, and it has different meanings from different people. That's why you need to be careful when you are trying to speak with someone, because sometimes they can either understand what you're saying or they can misunderstood of what you are trying to say.
Now, how does accents comes in a way of the language?
It comes from the culture or from their upbringing, depending on where they live. That's why there are many kinds of accents and sounds and stress that is being implemented whenever they are trying to speak.
Which do you prefer? Which do you like most? British accent or American accent?
I love both because at least American accent has a very tamed and very much how do you call this, formal, formal or at least neutral in a sense of freedom that they're trying to speak. It's like that they are trying to fight for the freedom that they had, and also they are very tame because they want to be, at least be able to be friendly to people.
What about British accent?
British accent has a very distinct way of trying to speak. It's like when you're speaking British accent, it's like it's a distinction of royalty. It's like they came from a kingdom, and they need to be respected. And when they and you hear their voice, it's like that you need to bow or at least try to feel that it is very noble when they're trying to speak.
Really?
Yes, that's why many people love British accents, because their culture is very much so like
Okay, would
royalty.
you like to demonstrate how do they differ each other? Especially with their sounds and their intonation and stress.
Well, when we talk about in American accent, for example, if we have the word water, water, for like you said, water, it's so tamed, it's so very freedomish when you're trying to say it's just flow in a neutral way, and there's no need to at least to get at least across the message from what you're trying to say. But in British accent, there's a distinct stress that is trying to implement, and your tongue needs to at least a little bit more stiff when you're trying to say it.
Would you show me? Would you like to demonstrate? Can you give me example?
Hmm.
You try to speak with American accents. Just be confident of what you are saying.
Well, should I try to read something?
Okay. No, you don't need to read. You just say something.
Oh, yeah. Like water.
No, in a sentence or a story.
Oh, I see. So if I say this, the boy has drank some water.
That is a sentence. That is British accent.
No, it's not.
What?
Because if you want to differentiate British accent to American accent, the boy has drank some water. Some water.
What about in British?
The boy the boy has drank some water.
Okay, you continue with your
But
discussion.
there are also, you can also say water, water or water.
Okay, enough for demonstration. You can say something, anything that you can explain about language, diction, accents, and intonation. Go on.
I've already explained pretty much everything that I know, but if you wanted to expand further, you have pretty much a good idea about it, because when it comes to the language, the intonations and stress is actually very distinct when you are trying to say it. And it can also be memorable, but some people cannot do it because it's whether it's in from their upbringing, or they just cannot do it because it's really impossible for them, since they were born in a certain place that cannot have the ability to actually sound like it. And there are some people who are very complex and has a very flexibility when it comes to their tongue.
How
Just
did you learn that?
it's actually learning from it. Actually, it's maybe it's in my genes, or maybe I just have an adaptable way of trying to say something. But let me just tell you something. Not everything is some. Not everything that you're gonna say is gonna be perfect of an imitation of what you're trying to hear, because in some cases, some of those things that you are hearing when you're speaking in a certain language with different accents.
But I like British accent, the royalty accents. Would you like to demonstrate with me that royalty accents,
Do you
especially
do you
with the
want to
queen?
attempt to at least speak to me in a British accent?
No, I just wanted to demonstrate and say something about the royalty accents or the royalty story or dialogue.
Oh, I see. I don't know much about
What about
the
the
British Empire.
servitor? I love that.
Servitor?
Yeah. Okay. Can you demonstrate?
Oh, I see. So you want me to talk like a British man?
Yes. Okay. Start now.
Hey, good day, isn't it? Lovely day right now. Do you think that the Queen will arrive soon so that we can greet her with our grace? Also, for many things that has happened today, I think my own mom has given me so much more props, and also props that I need to go so that I could have my own supper and dinner. Yes, I know, love, but it is so bloody hell. Such heat. I don't know if we can stand about it. Oh, don't worry, love. Winter will be over soon, and in many cases, we should get home. The Queen will arrive tomorrow. Something like that.
Okay. What about? That's it.